It's blue because it's masking tape of painters, the painter's masking tape, the acid-free kind. It's interesting though, that's almost like the color of when you see globes sometimes, how they have the standard blue and then they have the dark blue and then they have sort of teal-ish color. Sometimes the teal is a bit faded, that's what my cat says. And sometimes the teal is more vibrant. I've always loved world maps and globes. Oh, here's a little boy. Sometimes those, well, they said the blue changes, but I love the color of that teal being the ocean in world maps. Oh, my point was that blue of the masking tape looks just like that. That's what it reminds me of. One of the shades. I think I'm going to sneeze. So I'm going to pause it for 1 second because I'm going to sneeze. Okay. It wasn't really sneezing, but it's like I have a little bit of sneezy in here. I guess people are talking about me. I don't know who's talking about me, though. I don't think I'm, that much of a conversational piece. At least the people who I imagine who could talk about me. It's been quite a while since they've heard of me or since they've seen me. I wonder why it felt that way. Anyway, this reading is for Gemini. Gemini, how are you? How is 2025? We are now officially in 2025. How does that feel for you, Gemini? Gemini, you know that one of the first readings I did on 2025, I did it towards the mid of December, like middle of December. I was like, okay, we're done. Like 2024, done. We're in 2020, at least I'm in 2025. I have 2025 vision on. I'm no longer in 2024. Of course, it took a while for everybody else to catch up to the visionary space that I was in, which now we're all in 2025. But during that time, I did a reading for you, the very first reading I did on 2025. I was reviewing predictions for this year. Apparently, this year is going to be quite intense. It already has. I mean, we're on the 8th day, the 9th day. Days are blending into each other. That even like Nostradamus, for instance, and Baba Vagna, the Nostradamus of the Balkans, she passed away in the 90s. Like all of these really amazing people were saying, predictions about this year. And while I was reading it, I came across something in which both Baba Vagna was saying, and I also do believe there are predictions from as well as the early 19th century about zodiac signs that will do well this year, despite the fact it's going to be the year of aliens and calamity and blah, 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 alien revelations, blah, blah. We are also, there are a couple signs that are going to do very, very well this year, and Gemini is one of them. Gemini is one. And so, I mean, I would recommend definitely go and check it out if you're interested. Those readings, I don't think were that long. They were more than, I don't know. Could they be 5 minutes? Could they be, they weren't that long, seriously. Maybe it was like 3 to 10 minutes, if the longest. And anyway, Gemini, anyway, my point is that this year is going to be a really interesting year for you. And you should anticipate it, Gemini. The trend that gets you ahead, or what you should really lean into, is that word, that phrase, that feeling of adaptability, Gemini. Who better to pivot seamlessly in anything, Gemini, than your collective. And that's what I see here. I honestly don't know why people bother, but I guess they do. But anyway, I met today a very nice Gemini. I met a user called Cedar. And after I felt like I was going to do earth signs today, I decided I'd go on to doing at least Gemini. Gemini for today. Gemini, let's go and see a message for you for 2025. But I did want to share that this year is going to be a year unlike any other for us, for you. And that's not something at all that I said. This is something that I read about, and then I did readings on it. And it does look, Gemini, for your collective being the sun, the moon, your rising, perhaps your first house energy, Gemini, perhaps your signature sign element is Gemini. If you have prominent Gemini in your chart, also Vedic, right? You have one sort of sun sign under the Western astrology system. You have another sun sign under Vedic. Yeah. Anyway, all those nuances or characteristics I would see is all part of the Gemini collective. And of course, Gemini, if you feel Gemini strongly in your Venus or in your Jupiter, I invite that, right? Obviously, if you feel it maybe in your 12th house, I leave that all up to you. How strong do you feel Gemini? How strong do you feel yourself in Gemini energy? Since we're on a Gemini read. Gemini, let's go and get your message, your mid-January reading. Gemini, if you find this video interesting, do consider giving me a thumbs up. Very much appreciated, Gemini. And do keep an eye out as well, Gemini, for other readings that are on the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Very interesting things to listen to. And as for the reception, well, it's what God has given me to work with right now, and so I do. But the important thing, Gemini, is that you can still hear. You can hear. I could just have this blank and talk about the cards that I pull. It's not like I'm pulling on any unique pictures here or anything like that. I have the standard deck in black and white. Same deck I've been using for almost a year. Almost a year I've been having this channel. Anyway, very shortly it'll be a year. Gemini, let's get your message. I have 7 of Wands, Gemini. Painful. Gemini, you may have to end something immediately. Think you do in this energy have to end something immediately. Let's go and find out more. Let's find out more about the 7 of Pentacles. Excuse me, not 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands clarified. I have Justice. I have 6 of... You've let someone go a little too far, perhaps. You gave someone a little too much space, Gemini. For those that this reading will go for, it's time to rein in the range you've given someone, Gemini. Justice, 6 of Cups, and the full clarifying of 7 of Wands. Yeah. Boundaries, Gemini, and more than boundaries. I don't know, too, in this energy, somebody, Gemini, could be there like, oh, we didn't really mean it, or we were just joking around, or something to that effect, Gemini. And I don't know, I feel like some misstep either was taken or will be taken shortly. And I think, Gemini, it's important to have very strict boundaries. Somebody could play it off like, oh, I didn't quite mean it that way, or it was just a joke. And it's something a little more than, well, Gemini, as it's alive. I guess I should have turned off my notifications, but I forgot. Oh well. It's some beeps. What would a reading be without some cell phone beeps? Well, we need cat meows because it's a Mystic Moons reading. I don't know why my cats aren't screaming their heads off right now. They must be saving it for tonight's reading. When I go live again tonight, then they'll go meow, 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 meow. Yeah, Gemini, somebody's going to overstep, or they overstep their boundaries. You should not allow people to take you lightly, Gemini. Let's go and see. I feel like I could end that message right here, but I'm going to clarify a little bit more. Only because it's uncomfortable. And you know, Gemini, I think they count on the fact that if they laugh it off, then perhaps you would laugh it off. But somebody's overstepping their boundaries in not a good way, Gemini. Who should we clarify first? Guess I'll take a peek at Six of Cups. Six of Cups gets High Priestess. Oh, I don't like this. Ace of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. Essentially, Gemini, what I have here is somebody close to you basically has been talking about you. Have they been talking about you falsely, or have they simply said, there we go, now it's the Mystic Moons reading, now I have a cat meow in the background? That's good, because I was getting worried. What would I be without my cat meows and then my potato? My sprouting potato. Instead of a candle. My growing potato. Gemini, I feel like in this energy helped you. Helped you. This is someone who has helped you, someone who would still continue to help you, Gemini. I have somebody who's sharing things with you, Gemini. Things perhaps that you would not prefer them to share. This person has helped you before in the past, Gemini. This person would continue to help you, but this person has no discretion, Gemini. That's essentially what I have here between this reading and my little potato. Actually, I have more potatoes. I have a whole bunch of sprouting potatoes. I don't know what to do about them, Gemini. I have life, potato life. I have potato making going on. Justice. Justice has King of Cups, Eight of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. I don't like that justice either. Essentially, that card wants to come out. Six of Swords. Essentially, why I don't like this justice, Gemini, is like Justice clarified by King of Cups, Eight of Cups, and Nine of Pentacles. This person is getting their payment. I don't know, by having access to your business and what you do. It's like Gemini being connected to someone who appears like they have it all together, but because they know some personal struggles that you have gone through, Gemini, well, that's payment in itself. Knowledge broker, Gemini, someone is gossiping. Someone who you trust, someone who's helped you. I could pretty much end this right now, but let's check out Fool real quick. And I would say, Gemini, think about it. Think about who you trust. This person has helped you. This person will continue to help you. For that person, Gemini, despite the history you share together and despite them helping you, oh, Gemini, I would take a little close look on that. Not all is what it seems. You know, Gemini, there are people who could spend a very long time lending an empathetic ear to you, their advice to you, their support to you, and be very, very jealous of you. Of course, you don't need me to say that, Gemini. I'm sure you already know that. I have the Fool clarified by 10 of Cups, the Moon, and 5 of Swords. Just wanted to check. I have such strong Pisces energy. I have strong Pisces energy here. Could be a Pisces or someone with strong Pisces placements. If you don't have Pisces yourself, Gemini, but I'll go through signs in a minute. The Fool clarified by 10 of Cups, Moon, and whatever this is, 5 of Swords. Someone's just riding along with the moment. They do enjoy having information to you, access to you, and knowing the full scope of your story and your path and how you are getting through life, Gemini. Someone's eating popcorn at your expense. Gemini, I'm going to end that reading here. It's pretty obvious what it is. I will say signs. Signs, as I said, really, 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 really strong Pisces. Could be in those places I mentioned earlier. I will also add 12th house Pisces, Moon Pisces, 8th house Pisces, okay? But yeah, really strong Pisces. Pisces, 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 Pisces. You have like 5 cards with Pisces energy. Then it's followed by Aquarius. Then I have a little bit of Libra, a little bit of Scorpio, a little bit of Virgo, a little bit of Capricorn, a little bit of Sagittarius, and a little bit of Leo. Something to take note of. Gemini, if this applies to you, this resonates with you, think about it. As I said, this person definitely has helped you and definitely will help you again. And you have history together. You have trust in this person. Not spreading slander, but they are saying a little too much information about you. All right. Everyone, I said if this reading was interesting to you, if you found value in it, consider giving me a thumbs up. I will be back with other messages for you, Gemini. Also, do check out that astrological notes that I do. I did do a Gemini pull for you yesterday. I feel like my cat is doing bad behind me. When he does that meow, it's like if you don't pay attention to me, I'm going to do the bad somewhere. That's what you'll hear all day if you get a Siamese Gemini. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. The last astrological note I pulled for the Gemini Collective, I recommend you check it out because Gemini, I think it also feeds into a little bit of this. Someone either feels or notices the attention you get. As you just be yourself, Gemini. And I think it is related to, I don't know, keeping you either within their circle, keeping themselves around you, something around that. Anyway, Gemini, I am wishing all of you the most beautiful day. And until the next reading, bye-bye.